right. Welcome to Missing the Homies. I'm just gonna invite the homie in. Welcome, Kieran. Oh
What's up, man?
shit! There he is.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? What's up?
Not much. I like the sweats to sweats connection we got going on right
Thank you.
now.
Thank you. You
It's
know,
a Sunday morning.
comfy boys. Comfy boys.
Hell yeah.
Dude, Renee's been gone this entire weekend, and I have
Yeah.
not changed these sweatpants.
I appreciate that. I've also been wearing these sweatpants probably most of the time since I saw you, honestly. I put some real pants on a few times, but other than that, it's these things are so damn comfy.
Dude, how's your break been going?
It's been all right. I little COVID scare with Sarah this week, so I've been laying low. I've been tested negative. I feel fine, so hopefully I'll be able to come out smooth pretty soon. But I've been having to lay low. But what that has meant is that I've been really pounding the Marvel game.
Oh,
Um,
not
I
even where I was going, but such a beautiful segue.
happy to help. I watched all of WandaVision since we last met,
Holy
and
shit.
I also we can talk about this probably later. I feel like there's enough WandaVision content, but
All
I
right.
watched half of Falcon and Winter Soldier as well, so I've been cruising.
So, because I think the like bio scare is like the second or third episode. Like, did you see what I was talking about?
In Falcon,
Yeah, in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
with the super soldier situation. What do you mean?
Yeah, like when it's the first time that John Walker, I think, pops out, and like they like break into that 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 truck, and they're like, "Is this the vaccine?" Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure they say vaccine in it.
They
Which
do.
is
They straight up say, "Oh, it's a vaccine." Um, and so is that? Did they switch it over to become? Was it not even going to be super soldiers?
so that's what I thought when I first saw it, because I was watching it
Uh-huh.
live when it came out. So I was like,
Okay.
"Oh shit, like they're calling the super soldier thing a vaccine." I was like, that's actually a really cool way of doing it. Because I wasn't
Yeah.
even thinking of like the whole COVID thing. I was like, "Oh, that's how they're going to like trick people into making an army." So I was like, "Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
dope." And then it wasn't until like the show was done where they're like, "Oh, there was a whole bio attack, like bio warfare vaccine subplot that got cut out." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So literally that one mention, it doesn't come up again.
Wow. It's weird that they left that one mention in there. It was just for like posterity's sake. They're just like, "Oh, this is the world we live in
Yeah, like they could have even, maybe that's what it was. It was just kind of like a nod to like, oh,
now."
uh shout out COVID.
About
But
that.
okay, so you finished Wanda all the way. What did you think of it? Also,
Yeah.
while you're telling me, I'm gonna cut this camera because I have another camera rolling
Oh
for
yeah.
the vlog.
No
So
worries.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So I will say that I don't think I appreciated it how complex, how much work they put into it until it was nearly done. Because I think the first couple episodes, I didn't do any pre-reading. I like did a little bit of catch up just to make sure I understood where Wanda and Vision were. Like
Hmm.
Vision had died, and he did the whole Infinity Stone thing. Then he actually died. Um, but like the first couple episodes, it was just like, oh, this is like a '50s sitcom. I was like, all right.
Yeah, you were like,
And
"Oh, this is kind of weird," right?
yeah,
That's where I was
yeah,
at.
totally. And I also kind of embarrassing, but I didn't realize the transition. I didn't realize the transitioning of decades until it was like the '80s, and I was like, I saw when they went from black and white to color. Like, don't get me wrong, I saw that part,
Yeah.
but like, I just have no sense. I realized I have no sense of like fashion of those of the '50s, '60s, '70s
Yeah.
until it was so different that I was like, oh, I guess they're moving through time now. Actually, I think someone straight up mentioned it. I think the neurophysicist or whatever, or the I forgot her name, but the girl
Uh
who ends up
not not Cassie. Oh my god. The girl with the
maybe
glasses,
it sounds like that.
right?
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of her, but
Yeah, she's great.
they until she mentioned it, she was just like, oh. looks like the sitcom's moving through time. I was like, oh, looks like the sitcom's moving through time.
I love how they did Wanda as the first show. Um, because I agree with you. I was like, when I was watching it the first time, I was like, this is kind of whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not a huge fan of what I think they started the 50s.
Yeah.
I was like, these cartoons or whatever, or these TV shows or whatever, because I think it was modeled off like Leave It to Beaver and like I Love Lucy, and I was like, I never
Mm-hmm.
watched those, so I didn't give a shit.
Right.
um,
Right.
but I think it's a real trope with the Disney Plus shows that by the third episode, shit really hits the fan, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I get what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, So, but I really like how they did it as a show, and then like the B plot was them watching the show
Yeah.
to
That
like
was beautiful.
be us watching the show. They're like, "Whoa, this is like weird. What is happening?" Because like we as the audience who are watching it live is like, "Wow, this is weird. What the fuck's going on?" So it like feels
Right.
it feels validating for them to be like, "This is weird as hell." Like okay, cool. So Disney
Oh,
knew it was weird that they did this whole thing.
yeah.
So I really liked it. And so what did you think of spoilers for WandaVision ahead if you haven't watched, I guess?
I will say that I mean I'm so excited for whatever they do with Scarlet Witch next. That transition was absolutely badass. And
Right.
when what should I call it? Agatha, is that what she goes by?
Yeah,
The Dark Witch.
yeah, and Agatha's getting her own show now.
Oh wow.
She was
Okay.
such a and I don't know if it was because she was such a fan favorite or because that's how they had it planned, but like
Mm-hmm.
she's getting a whole new show now, which is
Okay.
dope.
I knew she was. Yeah, that's really cool. I knew she was definitely coming back because she was a hit, but and she
Yeah.
also like got put away into the suburb or whatever.
Yeah.
Suburb.
The suburb.
But I'm really excited to see what they do with Scarlet Witch because like she definitely like messed with an entire community's like psyche, but she's also kind of a major badass, and she like I don't know, like she
She's
was
so
grieving. It
cool
was
and
fun.
she's like
Yeah.
she is like yeah going through and like if you zoom out like yeah it's really sad that like Tony died to like save everybody and all that but like Wanda's story is just consistently sad. She is just getting the shit
Yeah.
kicked out of her at every turn and it's like she well I mean they talk about it in the new Doctor Strange trailer
Mm-hmm.
because she's like, you mess with everything in regards to Spider-Man No Way Home, and you're a hero, and I mess with everything in regards to WandaVision, and I'm the villain,
Mm-hmm.
which is so
Cool.
like so nuts to me that's how because I mean it's true. Like Wanda's just
Yeah.
getting consistently shit on, but
Yeah, she really is.
um, I really think this new Doctor Strange movie is where they're going to bring in the X-Men and the mutants because technically Wanda and Pietro are mutants and
Right.
they're Magneto's kids.
Yeah.
So
I was reading about that a little bit. Actually, I have a kind of a list of questions that I had during the show that I did a little bit of research on, but I also wanted to get your input on. Is that I was reading and they were explaining that because Marvel didn't own or maybe Disney didn't own X Men or the 20th Century Fox, whatever it was,
yeah,
when they first introduced Wanda and Pietro, that they couldn't make them mutants
yeah.
because they didn't have that right. But then like they kind of rewrote them in WandaVision just a little bit, which I don't know. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, the MCU has like destroyed all of those contracts because like Marvel didn't own Spider-Man's rights
Mm-hmm.
for a while. They only owned him for I want to say it was merchandise. So like
Okay.
Marvel was making money off Spider-Man merchandise, but they couldn't use him in the actual movies until Tom Holland's deal. And so it's the same thing with Wanda and Pietro. But like did you know that Evan Peters was in the X-Men movies?
I only figured that out afterwards because I've only seen the only
Okay.
X-Men interactions I've had are Deadpool. So
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
So
That's interesting.
I've seen a couple of X-Men movies. Like I saw the one that Evan Peters was in, and all of the
Mm-hmm.
old X-Men movies are kind of trash. Like
Really?
even going back, except for the Old Man Logan, which was supposed to be really really good, but I still haven't seen
I
it.
never watched Logan. Yeah.
I watched X-Men Origins Wolverine, and that was I mean I liked it, but apparently that is like a trash movie. But
Really?
that was the first appearance of Deadpool. And funny enough,
Mm-hmm.
have you seen that movie?
I've only seen
Oh,
the two
you've
Deadpools.
okay. So you've only seen Deadpool. So that
Yeah.
uh, Origins Wolverine is the first appearance of Ryan Reynolds Deadpool,
Oh,
but
interesting.
it's such a horrible Deadpool because like first off they sewed his mouth shut. So like Ryan Reynolds is this fucking bald dude with these weird tattoos who has like he's technically not Deadpool, he's like Weapon X. So he has like all of Wolverine's powers, but he's Deadpool.
Yeah.
But I read that Ryan Reynolds had to do that Deadpool and he hated it to get the actual Deadpool movies made. So like he's like, I'll give you one if you guys give me one. And so they're like,
Oh,
okay,
cool.
but you absolutely have to shut the fuck up. So they literally that's why they sewed his mouth shut, which is funny. So yeah, so super excited for the X-Men to come in. But so what are those questions?
So let's. I have a question about Pietro.
Yeah.
So he is a distinct person from her Pietro. Is this going to be a multiverse thing? What's your theory?
So yes, that so WandaVision was the first taste of the multiverse. I feel like I feel like it's hard to talk about the multiverse without talking about the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh
But
shoot. Okay.
but
Okay.
so tell me what you know about the new Spider-Man movie because I want to know how far I can talk about it.
Truly, that there's only that like the other Spider-Men are going to be in it, and that's going to be as a result of the multiverse, basically.
Okay, cool. So that's enough. So, with WandaVision, I had seen the old X-Men movies, not all of them, but enough to know that Evan Peters was Quicksilver. So in the show, because like I remember me and Nay were sitting there watching it, and when he turned around, I was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "No fucking way!" Because
Yeah.
that confirms the multiverse. The whole thing that like was kind of people were kind of talking about. I was like, "Oh shit, that's it!" Like they did it. It's right
That's
there.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
so Renee was like, I don't get why that's exciting." I was like, "Okay, well," so I explained it. But when at the end when they snatch it away from everybody, being like that it's not really him, that is like fourth wall breaking. That's these studios fucking with us. Like the people who know that Evan Peters was in an X-Men movie because
Okay.
it automatically jumps to the multiverse. But I guess moving forward, we are going to see potentially that Evan Peters was Quicksilver because
Okay.
I mean they said yeah, peep the hair. Oh shit.
Look at that, folks.
So they said because Wanda is a Nexus being, so she is
Yeah.
the same in every universe, which is
Okay.
really fucking cool. Or wait, no.
Yeah.
Do they say that in WandaVision?
I read about that.
Okay.
I had another question about that. So if you want to jump into that next, I'm very interested.
Okay, so Nexus beings, I don't know if it has to do I think it comes into play in Loki. Loki explains a lot of the multiverse stuff.
Okay.
And like I said, it's one of the most important shows, but not one of the better ones, in my opinion. I really didn't like it. But at the end, I was like, okay, I understand why that was important. So, a nexus being, oh no, they talk about it in WandaVision because it was in one of the commercials. Um,
Oh, Nexus. You're right. That
yeah.
was a
So
commercial.
next,
It's
so
like a depression pill or something.
yeah, it was. I really loved how they did the commercials too. Like the
Yeah, that
commercials
was
were really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
But so a nexus being is if we go on to all of this multiverse stuff, Evan Peters is Quicksilver, and then whoever plays Quicksilver in MCU, that's a prime example of how in different universes there's the same people, but they're different. They're the same but different people.
Yeah.
Same character, different actor. That's the way we can look at it.
Mhm.
But Wanda is the same character, same actress in every universe.
I love that.
So
Because
I don't.
she's because she's like
Yeah, because she's the Scarlet
the
Witch.
Scarlet Witch. Okay.
But I don't know if that means that there are multiple Wandas or there's only one Wanda and she can hop.
Oh,
So I guess that's probably what they're gonna talk about at least a little bit. I would assume in Doctor Strange,
right.
because we've already
Right.
seen in the Doctor Strange commercial or preview, he's not a Nexus being because there's multiple Doctor Stranges.
Hmm. Maybe if this is too much of a spoiler, I'll just have to wait. But have we confirmed any other Nexus beings?
Um, have there? I think there is
Mm-hmm.
in Loki. I think
Okay.
in Loki they talk about it.
Well, at the rate I'm going, I'll find out tomorrow. So
Yeah. So what do you think about Falcon and Winter Soldier? Oh, wait, how far are you? You said you're halfway through?
I'm 3 out of 6. Yeah. So they just had the whole. They were in that Indonesian island, and they just went into the storage shipping container and had that whole shootout.
Oh, okay. Oh shit.
Spoilers for Falcon and Winter
Yeah. Oh
Soldier.
man. Dude, okay, so Falcon Winter Soldier is about to get really fucking good. I think
Really?
and this is not spoilers. Well, actually I don't know if it would be. But I thought the last 2 episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier were some of the best Marvel action scenes in the whole shit. Like, and I think the second to last one
Mm-hmm.
was better than the last. I don't know, but I remember those last 2. So you're in for a wild ride.
Honestly, I will say the first couple, I was like, oh, okay, this is like it's good. Like I like that. I hate Captain America now, and that prep boy. I was like, bro, come on.
Fucking
Which was the whole point. I think.
John Walker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Uh, but no, they were cool. I liked the interaction, the therapy session between Bucky and Falcon. What's Falcon's name?
Anthony Mackie is his real name. Sam Wilson.
Oh yeah, Sam.
Sam and Bucky.
The interaction, the therapy session that Sam and Bucky had was chef's kiss. I love
where they're sitting with their knees interlocking.
Oh, it reminded me of I feel that meme of the argument shirt that those 2 kids on the internet had to wear when they got in a fight.
Literally.
But
so
I'm ready for them to. I'm sad that they were like, all right, we're gonna get this and not talk to each other ever again. So I'm excited to see how their friendship hopefully gets fixed.
their dynamic is. I mean, I really like their dynamic. I feel like not much happens at the end of their show, aside from like they get their much needed growth, but like nothing really happens. It's like, oh, Bucky went to therapy. Oh, Sam is not underneath Cap's in Cap's shadow anymore. So like it's cool and I think it's needed moving forward, but like I think it's more of just kind of like an action forward show, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here for it.
I'm alright with that too. I need it. WandaVision was it was action packed still, but it was.
But WandaVision is like emotional. Like WandaVision was like
so
draining.
Yeah, having to say goodbye to our kids in Division was.
Oh my god, That
Um,
I didn't understand what was happening at first.
mm,
I was like, oh, okay, like they're gonna be gone for a minute, but she'll like. I was like, oh, she's strong enough to where she could just like bring them right back, and it's.
mhm.
I had to rewatch the ending twice, and it hurt more the second time. I was like,
Yeah,
oh shit,
yeah.
Wanda just
It,
can't win.
I know, and it felt a little bit mean. I know that White Vision is going to be out there somewhere
White
eventually, and
vision.
we're
The
gonna
white
get
vision.
the White Vision. We're gonna get a glimpse of him again. It's like that whole thing when Wanda was like, or when they were like, it's not we've said goodbye before, therefore we'll say hello again.
Yeah.
Um, I know that she's gonna get another chance, but like it would have made it. I guess it would have made it a little bit less sad if Vision would have been like, by the way, my consciousness is you're gonna find my consciousness again. Like he's
Yeah.
here. Like I talked to him 5 minutes ago. Don't have to have this. Like your heart's been broken so many times. You don't need to have it broken again.
Yeah, like they couldn't have given her something.
Right.
Uh
Right.
um I was also
I have a few more. Yeah. Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say I was also really proud of myself when we were watching the show that I knew what the ship of Theseus was
Hell
before,
yeah.
like as it's going. I literally paused it. I was like, "Nay, I know what they're talking about. I know what they're
I
talking
didn't know
about
what that
right
was. That's awesome.
now." I just
That's
thought it was
awesome.
funny.
Where
Like,
did you learn that in school? Or it's like I
oh,
feel like it's some weird Greek shit.
oh yeah, dude. I used to be real obsessed with just reading philosophy and
No way. I didn't
which
know
is
that.
really weird.
Yeah.
And then my friend Siona, shout out to Siona.
Uh-huh.
She was like, she took like every philosophy class at U of M. So me and her, funny enough, we would either be bullshitting talking about nothing, or we were talking about philosophy shit. So it was like,
Wow.
it was really,
Wow. I've known you for my entire life, and that just added a whole other layer to the onion.
dude. That's what Renee said after we talked about that. She's like, I didn't know you liked philosophy. I was like, I don't. I guess. Yeah, me either. Like it's not something I like think about to talk about. It's just like
Right.
whatever. So anyways, your questions.
Yeah, you should pull them out. You should pull some other ships of different old Greek guys out at different points and just.
Oh, I'll start pulling Greek guys out of my ass all the time.
Okay, first question. This bothered me so much, and I read about it a little bit, but it was still frustrating because the FBI. I'm with the FBI agent who I love. He was so funny.
Oh fuck, I
Um,
can't. I want to say it's Ronnie, Randy. Anyways, I know who you're.
yeah.
His real
Anyway,
name
when
is
he
Randall
was
Park. I know
yes,
that for some reason.
when he was writing down on his whiteboard like the what we don't know, it was the first question, and then they never explained it. And it was my question before they had written it down, but they never explained it. And it was like a very important point in this. They stated it like 3 times. That why was it a hexagon?
Okay, so this I had to find out from watching those YouTube channels that I told you. And actually,
Yeah,
I should probably send them to you because
yeah, for sure.
they literally like you'll watch a couple of them and they fuck your life up because you're like, oh, okay, now I have to go back and watch again because I really didn't see half of it.
Right.
But so I think the hexagon just comes down to that it had something to do with because it's like the most stable shape or something.
Like a beehive.
Yeah. So it's like the most stable shape comes out in nature. It's a naturally forming shape because it's in like a beehive and shit like that. And I think it's just supposed to be like magical or it's supposed to be like like mystical like interdimensional because Wanda's force field was hexagons, and then if you go back and you watch Guardians of the Galaxy 1, they're like the most advanced like space army there is. Their force field is hexagons. Like when they jump through space, like space rips up into hexagons. So like they're just everywhere, and I don't know if they're like extra significant or it's just like that is like that's like a natural shape.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't I don't know. I would probably have to
Yeah.
watch a Ryan Airy video
Oh,
to
Ryan Airy.
shout out Ryan Airy.
Okay, I buy that. I was left with I didn't do too much searching because I wanted to like give myself like 30 seconds to figure it out and just like leave it at that.
Yeah.
But and leave it for you to explain to me. But the first answer I got was that, oh well, like she's a witch, so she hexes people, therefore hexagon. I was like, no, that can't be it.
That's a pretty. That's a pretty solid excuse. But more people have hexes, like the hexagonal shape. I'm trying to think where else does it pop up. Um, yeah, I don't. I know the Guardians of the Galaxy. It pops up a couple of times.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Okay. The other thing I read was that I guess in the comics there's like a whole, instead of summoning Agatha, like she summons like the literal devil, and like there was a sixth
oh, Mephisto.
hexagon.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
gosh, dude. One of the funniest things when this show was happening, like the three YouTube channels that I watched, like a lot of Scarlet Witch's comic book stories have to do with the devil, because like Mephisto or the devil in Marvel universe is Mephisto, and so every single episode, like these three guys, and if you watch the videos, you'll see they're like, oh, this has to do with Mephisto. Oh, the kids, Mephisto. Oh, Agatha, Mephisto. Like Mephisto was the reason for everything, and it was
Gotcha.
so funny, like in the moment, because that's what the entire like, I guess, hardcore nerd community that I was a part of.
Yeah.
That was like Mephisto was everything. So it's funny that you even say that because that's what everybody thought. Everybody thought the big
Yeah.
bad was going to be Mephisto and not. I
Mm-hmm.
guess there wasn't really a big bad in the show because it was Agatha and White Vision. White Vision.
White Vision. That guy, that one sword guy was pretty.
Yeah,
Purely
he was a
but he wasn't
douche.
like. Yeah,
He was just a
he just
douche.
kind of sucked.
So
Yeah.
that's partly people were like, oh, Mephisto is controlling whoever this guy is, because like the whole thing is like this guy is being an absolute douchebag for no reason.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
this girl just saved the entire universe and then watched her husband die in front of her eyes for like the second time. Like, why is he being so mean to her?
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
I will say one thing that did bother me about the show was that uh they when they introduced sword, they were like, oh, the sentient weapon, whatever the rest of it stands for.
mhm.
They're like, why would sword be interested in figuring out this anomaly? Is there a sentient weapon around? It's like, oh, vision. Oh, they're like, oh, he just wants vision. I was like, no shit, he just wants vision. That was like that one. Maybe I just misunderstood that a little bit, but I was like, okay, I guess
Yeah,
that seemed a little too obvious. But
so stupid. I also really like how they did Monica Rambeau, because I think she's gonna be a big character in. Well, she's gonna be big for Captain Marvel moving forward.
good.
Well,
Yeah.
however,
I really liked her. She was, is she like she can manipulate electricity or something? I couldn't really figure out.
her, because I had to look up her powers too. She can just control energy. So like any kind of energy, which makes her like like stupid OP. Like she'll probably
Yeah.
the way that they like explained her powers, it kind of, to me, it seems like they're gonna put her up against Captain Marvel, like somebody to check Carol and be like, no, bitch, sit down.
Also, shout out to all the Carols in the world. But Carol is just not that intimidating of a name.
Carol is not an
Oh
intimidating.
no, it's Carol.
Who killed Thanos? It was Carol. Carol came down, destroyed 10 alien warships, and beheaded Thanos. Mighty Carol.
Okay, I have one more question. And I know you love talking about the Young Avengers, so I think you'll like this one. But how do these? What's up with the like? Are the kids real people? Like I was like I see how they could eventually become Young Avengers, but they're also
Dude,
like not real. I don't know.
dude. So this is what I'm so fucking excited about. So, oh, and you started watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, so I can talk about that a little bit. Oh wait, fuck, I can't because it's a big reveal.
Okay.
Or wait, no, yeah, I can't talk about it. But so the Falcon and Winter Soldier also is going to give us another member of the Young Avengers.
Okay.
So you'll know when you see him. But
Nice. What was it? Is it wizard, mutant, or what's the other one?
oh yeah, what is the
Uh,
third one? Alien, wizard.
oh, and not animatron, but it's
Oh,
something robotic.
yeah, it's not robot. It's like whatever. Yeah, you look it up.
Sorry.
But okay, so anyway, so the
Android. Android.
Android,
Yeah.
he is neither. I guess he would be closer to a mutant.
Okay.
But so okay, so the kids are and aren't real. Like Wanda straight up pulled them from different realities because Wanda is in touch with the reality stone. So that is what you have to remember with her powers. So the reason she could make Westwood is because her powers are reality stone based. So
I might need a quick recap on the stones if I'm going to understand that.
like Vision had the soul stone, which is what made him alive. Because other than that, he was just a synthetic. He was an android.
Okay.
So the soul stone essentially gave him a soul. And then Wanda was
She was Mind Stone, right? That was the red one.
no, she has the reality stone.
Okay.
But they talk about, I don't know if it's in Wanda or in something else, but all of the stones are connected. So that's why Wanda and Vision had such a deep connection. Because Wanda's powers come from the stone because she was experimented on by Hydra. So they like essentially put her in the same room with the stone and like the stone gave her powers or something. I don't know. But so her powers are reality stone based. So she pulled those kids from a different reality and made them real in hers. But when she was like dispersing her bubble, she like uncasted that spell. And so that's why at the end of WandaVision, in the end credit scene, you still hear them.
Oh, yeah.
So they're
Right.
like, they're not dead. They're just not there, which is why I think in the new Doctor Strange, Wanda is just going to be like, I think she's going to be the villain because she's not going to give a fuck about anything else. She just wants her kids. She doesn't like,
Okay.
she doesn't care about Doctor Strange fixing reality or whatever Doctor Strange is going to be doing. Like,
Yeah.
I think she's only going to be there because she wants her kids back, which makes total sense. But those kids are two members of the young Avengers. So that's why I think in the Doctor Strange movie they're going to come back, but older because they're like what, like 10 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like yeah. So
Cool. I'm ready for that.
yeah, so it's going to be, and I read two stories for the Young Avengers, like actual comics, and they're fucking sweet. Like the stories are like, I mean, it's like little kid Avengers, like it's teenager Avengers. Like the Avengers had a hard enough time trying to figure out what to do, so like I don't know. It just,
These children.
the children are not even gonna know what the fuck is going on.
Who's thinking of the children? Is the question you gotta keep asking.
Who is thinking about the children? So yeah, so right now you have only seen Wiccan or Wiccan and I forgot whatever the speedster's name is.
Oh, yeah.
But Wiccan is Tommy, I think. He's the one who has
He's the nerd.
yeah, he's the nerd who is on par with Wanda. I think his powers are like up there, but not on par with Wanda. I mean,
Gotcha.
so those are the two we've seen so far, and then I'm gonna connect another little dot for you. Ant-Man's daughter, when we see her in Endgame, and she's just like older, she's a teenager. She's eventually, I don't know if they're gonna do it in the MCU, but she is a member of the Young Avengers, and she just has Ant-Man's powers. I forgot what her name
I feel like
is.
if they made her a character, she's probably gonna be.
Yeah, I feel like they had to like have dropped that breadcrumb to be like, oh, let's see who's paying attention.
Yeah.
So the Young Avengers is gonna be fucking sick.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Okay. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
Send me some YouTubes. Send me on the YouTubes.
I'll definitely send you some YouTubes.
And I will. I'm ready. I'm like excited to learn more. I'm voraciously watching the TV. I think by the next episode, I'll have. Loki's only 6 episodes also, so I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, Loki.
As you said, the last 2 were so good. I'm definitely gonna watch the other 3, Falcon and Winter Soldiers tonight, and then I'll over the course of the week watch Loki.
Text me after you watch them because I want to know what you think about them.
All right, bet I will.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna rewatch them too because
nice.
I remember the second to last because I remember what's funny is last little bit. So I was watching the season finale of Falcon and Winter Soldier dropped when I was in Minneapolis doing the George Floyd shoot. Mm-hmm. So it was like I remember the second to last episode watching it in my hotel room, and I remember calling Renee being like, this is insane, and to be where I'm at, like it felt
the courthouse.
It felt so much more insane to be watching it. Mm-hmm. So I think I'll probably rewatch them tonight. Probably right now while I edit this.
Did you finish Daredevil?
Did I? Oh my god, dude. The Daredevil ending was fucking nuts. Again, had nothing to do with like the MCU, but I really hope they add it to Disney Plus so you can watch it because there's
me too.
All of those other shows that they're taking off. After watching Daredevil, I feel like they need to be watched now. So
yeah,
hopefully.
All right.
So all right, bro.
So
I'll send you the YouTubes and.
All right. You should watch the rest of the one shots if you haven't, so we can talk about those as well. Because there's a couple that I really enjoyed.
They're all on Disney Plus.
Yeah, there's like 9 of them. Most of them are under 10 minutes. There's like Agent Carter's like 15, and there's another one that's like 15 as well.
Fucking A, I'll watch them right now. Well, I'll throw them in the queue with the finale of Falcon and Winter Soldier. But all right, bro. I will send you some YouTubes, and we'll talk.
Sounds good. All right, take care.
All right, peace. Oh, I never did the intro or outro music. Wait, so we're gonna do it real quick. All right, now that's it. All right, bro. Peace.
All right, cheers.